Hello, everyone, internet people listening to my show. What's up? It's your host, Rafal Matuszewski, and we're back at it with another episode of Cut to Shit, Get Fit, recorded in my car, hoping that my little tripod setup in my glove box does not fuck up and fall over and pop out of the tripod, and then you just see all black. Anyway, we got to start off with some shout outs. Oh, there he goes. Look at that. I'm on an angle now. There we go. Again, I keep forgetting the city's names for the first one, because when it's something new, I just, terrible memory. Anyway, some city in South Carolina. Shout out to everyone in South Carolina listening to my show. Super cool that you are my number one. I don't think I've ever had you on my top 10. So, thank you for listening. And now, again, my camera moved. Oh man, there's some police. Should probably move this out of the way, just in case, if they decide to pull me over. Alright. Anyway, number 2 most listened city is Portland, Oregon. Shout out to everyone in Portland listening to my show. Super awesome. Been there once. Got to get back. And number 3, I'm super pumped about, all the way across the pond, as people say, we got the city of Dublin, Ireland. Dublin, honestly, was one of my favorite cities that I got to explore in 18 hours. We did a lot in those 18 hours, and alcohol was definitely involved, because I quickly learned that in Ireland, you just fucking drink. It's amazing. I love Europe. Like when I went to Poland, you just drank all the fucking time. It was great. Anyway, awesome to see so many different cities on my top 3 list. Today, what we're going to talk about is how to fall in love with the gym. I know. It sounds weird, but for many of you struggling out there that listen to my show to find motivation to go to the gym, it's most likely because you hate it. You know, not everyone is like me and all the other coaches in the world that find going to the gym as a fun experience. Other people find it as a chore. Like, it's a battle to get to the gym. And that's why a lot of people fall out of, the rhythm. And this is another reason why getting a trainer keeps you accountable, because if you have a set appointment to go show up somewhere and you're paying X amount of dollars, most likely you're going to show up. That's why a lot of times in my career as a trainer, when people said, you know what, I think I'm good for training, I'm going to do it on my own, they never do it on their own. It never happens. So for the majority of people that get those bursts of motivation, they start going to the gym consistently, and then they end up just falling apart when it comes to consistency. It's because they actually don't really like the gym. They don't find it exciting. They don't find it as like a thing to look forward to, like the rest of us that might be listening. Now, this is where, if I met someone and they were saying like this is their biggest struggle and they couldn't hire me to show up to an appointment, then this is where I would have to get creative and figure out what to do to help this individual. And a lot of times it's just finding some sort of exercise that you enjoy. A lot of people get intimidated by the gym, and maybe that's the first hurdle that you need to get over is, don't think as the gym as a place where only big meatheads go and fitness models go. Like, everyone goes. The other obstacle is sometimes you feel like you don't know what to do. Again, this is where you need to hire someone to help you. It's just like if I decided to, start riding horses. Like, I would be feeling pretty stupid to go to wherever, a barn, to go ride a horse, and I had no idea. I would want to hire someone. The other barrier a lot of times is just finding that thing that will motivate you. So think of any activity that you say you used to do when you were younger and follow that through. So an example is like, say you enjoyed playing fucking soccer or basketball or whatever it is. Just go do that. Like, I guarantee you, if I decided to play like a pickup game of basketball with a couple friends, I would be fucking dying. Because I have not played basketball since high school, and my cardiovascular system has not adapted to that sport. So guaranteed, if you decided to pick up a sport or some sort of physical activity thing that you used to do a lot, you will be, one, gassed like crazy, two, sore the next day, and kind of regain that spark of excitement. Like, fuck, it could be even ping pong. Like, I don't even care. Like, find something, right? Like, say you really like badminton because one summer as a kid you played badminton for the first time with your parents and friends, and you're like, holy shit, this is so much fun. Like, think of how much ground you have to cover to play badminton. Like, imagine if you had to play badminton for an hour 3 days a week. Like, fuck, that's probably better than running a flat, grounded 5K run 3 days a week. Like, that's why I don't do endurance running anymore. Like, I literally got so bored training for a full marathon that I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. Running's not my thing. I would 100% choose badminton for an hour compared to running for 5K. Yeah, like something as simple as that. Like, but go try a bunch of different classes that require some. This is another random thing. My wife and I are huge Star Wars fans, like huge. And, being on the depths of the internet, we found that they teach lightsaber classes. Like, I would fucking do that in a heartbeat if COVID wasn't an issue right now. And then that would be some sort of form of exercise that my wife and I could do together. Like, really get creative. Like, and then when you find that thing that makes you excited, it's that much easier to stick to it. And another example actually is, I don't know if I've ever brought this up on my show, but I used to skateboard a lot in high school, like a lot, to a point where I got really, really good and wanted to eventually become a professional skateboarder, but, I fell into this. Anyway, I recently picked it up again because, summer, and, I'm bored of your traditional, like, oh, I'll go for a run or a bike ride or a hike. And, like, literally I just pick up my skateboard, leave the house, and I can go skateboard somewhere and practice tricks. And my first session was 30 minutes because I knew it would be smart to go in a short duration so I'm not too sore. The next day, I was so fucking sore in my hamstrings, in my feet, and all these small little intrinsic muscles that are apparently involved in kick flips and shove-its and all the other tricks you can think of that I failed miserably at, but ended up like landing a couple in awkward positions. But holy shit, that like just brought out my old passion of mine, and this is one of my goals, to start skateboarding at least 2 to 3 times a week again and practice tricks. Like, that's going to be my form of cardio. Like, this is what I mean. Like, exercise does not have to be confined into a gym space. It can be anything. Like, if you want to take your dog for a walk, like a long, long walk because you like to be in nature or whatever, like, that could be it. Just something, right? And most recently too, like, I was chatting with my grandmother about exercise, and she finds it really difficult to motivate herself to do something. And I'm like, first of all, you don't need to do like hours per week. Like, I just want you to get into the habit of it. And something as simple as like waking up and doing one exercise that I gave her for just general mobility, and do 10 reps of that, and that's it. Like, that's better than nothing. And the whole thing with, falling in love into with the gym, or man, this camera angle is terrible. Falling in love with the gym, falling in love with exercise, it's all about finding that first thing like we were talking about. And then because you're enjoying it, you become consistent at it. And then this is where the magic happens. You find some sort of like result physically or cardiovascularly. An example of that is like, say you started playing badminton and you've been consistent for a month, and then you go play again and you realize that you're not as tired, you have more energy, and you're like, oh shit, like this is working. And then maybe 2 months after that, you realize like, I think I dropped a couple pounds because my pants are looser. And that's where the magic happens. That's where it becomes addictive, and then you become excited about it. And that's how you fall in love with fitness and health, is seeing that instant gratification that everybody wants in this day and age, but it just takes a little bit longer. But the moment you feel that, realization that what you're doing is actually working, it's a freaking gold mine. And it just spirals out of control from that point on, and you end up making fitness and health part of your life. Now, that is like best case scenario, and I know that everyone is dealing with some sort of shit, but you got to ask yourself, like, when are you going to finally give something back to your body? Like, we have these bodies to, move, to lift things, to run and utilize them, but a lot of times we choose to destroy them with shitty sleep, shitty food, doing stupid shit. Like, we abuse these bodies so much in our lifetime, and we barely do anything to give anything back to it. Like, for some people, it's like, fucking get an extra hour of sleep to give back to your body. Like, when was the last time you've ever, taken a minute to like unplug from work, unplug from stress, just anything? These are the small steps that build upon each other to make fitness and health part of your life. Like, this is what I always tell clients, is like, I want fitness and health to be part of your life. I don't want it to be a chore. I don't want it to be another appointment that you need to go to. I want it to be something you look forward to, right? So you just have to build the environment in order to make that experience pleasurable. So if it's, something like me, where I'm looking forward to when COVID's over to freaking sign up for like some lightsaber classes, like, fucking do it. Like, I don't know, get into jousting. Fuck, I don't know, learn how to ride a horse. I don't know what it is, but it's something that you would probably enjoy. It makes your heart rate go up. You end up sweating, and then you're like, holy shit, that was a lot of fun. Those little things can make huge dividends for your life. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully that kind of gave you some ideas, some inspiration to motivate yourself to find something that's going to elevate your life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, if you're watching this. Thank you for always supporting me. You guys are amazing. Hopefully you guys are doing all right during this crazy time. Out here in BC, we're doing pretty good with the whole COVID situation, but seeing other parts of the world that are struggling, my heart goes out to you. Hopefully everything's all right. Feel free to reach out. Add me on Facebook and Instagram. Hit the show notes to do that. Thank you for listening. You guys are amazing. Until next time.